Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us. We're just going to give it an extra few minutes to allow some other people to join. We're going to get started in just a few minutes. We want to give everyone a little bit of extra time to join. So thank you for your patience. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. So good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar on how to use your website for holiday marketing, gift guides, and wish lists. My name is Courtney Karecki, and I'm part of the Indie Commerce team. I provide customer support for Indie Commerce and Indie Light stores. So just some quick housekeeping today. All attendees are in listen-only mode. If you have any questions during the presentation, you can use the questions pane on your GoToWebinar panel. And the questions pane is not just for questions. If you have suggestions or methods that work for you, please feel free to share them with the other attendees. This webinar is being recorded, and throughout the presentation, I will be switching between the PowerPoint and live demonstration. Today's webinar is going to cover some Indie Commerce and Indie Light tools for building gift guides and marketing, such as reports, wish lists, and discount coupons. We'll also cover other Indie Commerce and Indie Light features for holiday preparation, such as setting up curbside pickup and delivery shipping options, as well as updating your shipping rates. We'll also go through other features such as gift wrap, gift cards, your gift card payment method, online gift codes, and subscriptions. We'll go through a quick e-commerce checklist, which will comprise of site speed, Google Analytics, Google My Business, social media, and calls to action on your site. And for any time at the end, we'll have a questions and answer section. So first, we're going to cover some Indie Commerce and Indie Light tools for gift guides and your marketing plans. We'll go through some select reports for data collection, such as our new customer report, sales report, and the sales report by SKU. We'll cover some new features for wish lists on Indie Commerce sites and how to tie wish lists to your holiday marketing and your gift guides. And then we'll cover discount coupons, which are now available for Indie Light sites, and how to utilize coupons for your holiday guides or other marketing plans. We have a very new report that is available on all sites called the new customer report. This report, covered in our webinar Order Processing 201, goes through this in a lot more detail. However, this report covers the information on customers who ordered on your site for the first time from March 1st, 2020 onward. There's also data filters on this report, so you can look at any date range you'd like to. To access this report, you can head to Store, Reports, Customer Report, New Customer Reports, New Customer Report, excuse me. And again, this one's covered in more detail in our Order Processing 201 webinar. Next, we have your sales report, which for those indie commerce sites who have already switched to your credit card processor, this is going to be your new key report you want to look at. This one provides sales insights into your orders within a specific date range, and it's accessible through Store, Reports, Sales Report. Lastly, we have our sales report by SKU, which is helpful in identifying the number of sales and other related information for a specific SKU or title. This report can also be used for non-book and custom products on your site. And I do want to note that indie commerce sites can customize reports by adding fields to the view that feeds the report. Indie light sites who want to customize existing reports, please send us a request at staff@bookweb and we'll set that up for you. Combined with other data you might have from your POS, these reports might be helpful in further segmenting your customer base. You can see what books have been popular over the course of a period of time, what titles a customer has purchased over the course of their history with you, and other trends with particular groups of customers. They can also be useful in developing or distributing your gift guides digitally or physically, and building themed book lists for your site for the season. Overall, these allow you to do more targeted and authentic marketing, such as tailoring your email lists. That may be something you do already, but it's important to keep in mind that over the past few months, we've had a higher volume of first-time users who purchased from indie commerce and indie light sites. So it's imperative to include these orders and their related information in your data to build and nurture relationships with them. It's likely that their data may only exist on your site. Next, we'll take a brief look at wish lists. The wishlist feature allows authenticated users on indie commerce and indie light sites to create wish lists of books and other products offered by your store. Those users can then share their wish lists with friends and family who can then make purchases with your store. So that makes wish lists one of the perfect tools for the holiday season. On indie commerce, we offer single and multiple wish lists, and we do encourage indie commerce stores to offer multiple wish lists, since this one allows users to have more than one list, and it's great for families, schools, and other organizations that could use it. On Indie Light, however, there's only the option of single wish lists, so there's one wish list per authenticated user. We do have a few new quality of life features for wish lists that are either available or coming in the next few weeks for indie commerce stores. So right now, indie commerce stores actually have the ability to create wish lists on behalf of customers. There are also filter options available for wish lists. So you're able to filter by user, email address, title of the wish list, and whether it's private or shippable. We've also optimized the CSV download for large wish lists. We've updated the file name to include the date it was downloaded, and the file now contains the wish list title and other header fields. And soon, customers will be able to attach a mailing address to their wish list, which can then be set as a delivery address, which will be helpful for those purchasing gifts for those individuals. And eventually customers will be able to delete their own wish lists, which is something they are not currently able to do. Creating a wish list on behalf of a customer is actually pretty similar to creating an order on behalf of a customer. You can search for existing customers by first or last name, email address, or username. And we actually recommend that you search for customers first, just on the off chance that they already have an account with your site. In order to create a wish list for a new customer, you'll first need to create an account and then create the wish list. And this is because wish lists cannot exist for anonymous users. You can only have a wish list for an authenticated user with an account. So you'll also, there's a little setting that I'll show in my demonstration, and you'll want to check the email account details to customer so that they get the notification that they now have an account that they can log into and access the new wish list. You'll also want to make sure the wish list title is titled appropriately to make it easy to find. And if your indie commerce site uses single wish list and a customer already has a wish list, you will not be able to create another one for them until multiple wish lists have been enabled for your site. And the mailing address for wish list feature is not yet available, but it will be coming soon in probably the next few days, as we're just finishing up some testing. However, customers will be able to add an email address to their wish list and then set it to be the delivery address for items ordered from that list. So when someone's purchasing from a wish list with this setting enabled, that address will actually pre-fill in the delivery section of checkout. It will not be possible to edit that address if all of the items on the order are from the same wish list. If one or more items from the same wish list are on the order, but there are also other products in the cart that weren't chosen from the wish list, the delivery address will pre-fill, but it can be edited. Finally, if there are items from multiple wish lists on the order and all of those have different delivery addresses attached to them, the delivery address at checkout will be blank. Another thing that we suggest with wish lists specifically is creating an instruction page that outlines the different functions and settings available for wish lists. This is especially helpful if you're partnering with local businesses or community organizations, but it's also good for regular customers too. I've included a link to this page in the resources section of this presentation, which will also be available with the recording. So right now, I'm actually going to jump into a demonstration of creating a wish list on behalf of a customer, as well as demonstrating attaching a delivery address to a wish list. So when you log into your indie commerce site, you'll be able to create a wish list for a customer by going to Store, Customers, Wish Lists, and then create wish list. And again, if you've created an order on behalf of a customer, this page may look a little familiar. So first you're going to want to search and see if the customer exists in your system. So we're just going to search for me. I know I have a few test accounts on here. So once you select the account you want to create the wish list for, you'll go down here, enter your wish list title, go to create, and voila, you've created a new wish list for that customer. However, let's say you have someone who doesn't already have an account on the site. You could go to create a new customer account. You'll enter the email address they want to use here. And again, be sure to check this box in particular. It will send a new user email to them to allow them to log into their account on the site. And again, you'll enter the wish list title here and then create wish list. Now, for customers to add a delivery address to their wish lists, they'll need to do so in the wish list settings of their account. I'm going to hop to another site that has this feature available to show what it looks like on the user's end. So we're going to go over here, and within your account settings, you have access to your wish lists. So looks like any other wish list a user would have. Under wish list settings, there's a bunch of different options available for customers to use. But under the notes section, you'll find the mailing address. So a user will be able to enter their mailing address here. And at the bottom is this setting, use this address as delivery address. And if a customer wants to ensure that their mailing address is available to be used as a delivery address, this setting will need to be checked. Otherwise, it will not work as intended. So we're going to save. So when someone adds an item from this wish list to their cart, and it has a delivery address set to it, I believe I already have an item in my cart, was added from the wish list. So we go to checkout. Confirm the email address. Let's go through these. And you'll see that the delivery information from the wish list was carried over into checkout. And these fields are grayed out, which means I can't edit them because the system is assuming that the delivery address on the wish list is the one we want to use. But let's say you want to add another item to your cart that's not necessarily on the wish list. So as an example, we'll add another book to the cart. Head back to checkout. And double check the delivery address again. And this time you can see that the address pre-fills. However, it can be edited since there's another item that may not need to use the wish list's delivery address. So this feature allows customers and stores to have more accurate shipping information since it's coming from the wish list creator themselves. And this will actually be really handy for customers who are looking to purchase gifts for someone who might have a wish list with your store. When it comes to wish lists for the holiday season, you may want to encourage customers to use wish lists through your email newsletters, other promotions, or on social media. There may even be some customers who don't know this feature exists with your store. And again, the new delivery feed mailing address setting for wish lists helps ensure that the information is correct and makes gift purchases or even community outreach and working with organizations a lot easier. Again, for indie commerce stores, if you don't already, do consider offering multiple wish lists. This will allow users to track multiple lists for different purposes. And again, great for families, schools, and other situations. If your store is working with community organizations or schools that utilize wish lists, you could also consider the role your store plays. So if applicable, you can link your wish lists in your holiday marketing or promotional material to encourage giving back to the community. When I was developing this webinar, I got to speak with Kenny from DDG Books, which is a store that does a lot of community support and utilizes wish lists for reading programs in schools. For them, wish lists weren't just something that customers utilized on their end, but it's a feature that ties into how the store promotes titles, recommendations, and overall supports community outreach. So these wish lists for schools and organizations that DDG partners with are included in their holiday promotions for their store as a way for customers to give back in the usual community outreach way that the holiday season tends to encourage. So in the same vein, you could also encourage the use of wish lists through your holiday marketing and your gift guides, which would offer you a chance to point out specific titles and suggest that customers put them on their wish lists in order to keep track of what they'd like. The synergy that DDG has works for them with wish lists, but that may not fit your store or your business model. So on the other hand, it may be more appropriate to simply be the platform for an organization. I also had the opportunity to speak with Beth from Bookmarks NC, and due to their different business model, since her store is a nonprofit, wish lists are utilized more as a tool provided to another organization to create and then share the wish list on their own, rather than the store assisting with promotion. So you may just want to consider what works best for your store overall this season. This is just a brief overview of wish list functionality and the differences between Indie Commerce and Indie Lite. And as you can see, some of the new features we've created are only available on Indie Commerce at this time. Discount coupons are another feature that's available on Indie Commerce and Indie Lite. However, Indie Lite stores do have limited features and settings for coupons. However, this feature allows stores to provide discounts to customers. You have the ability to restrict coupon codes and allow them to be used within a specific date range, on specific products, on orders with a specific minimum, etc. For Indie Commerce stores, you're actually able to generate a link that includes the coupon code, allowing it to apply automatically. This is something you may want to consider for your email newsletters if you include coupons within the newsletters you send out to customers. Coupon codes are also trackable through the coupon usage report that's available at Store Reports, Coupon Usage Report. And this will show the orders that used a specific coupon code, how much value that coupon had, how many times it was used, and things like that. We actually have 2 webinars that cover discount coupons in a lot more detail, and I've included the links in the resources section of this presentation. So when it comes to holiday approaches, in tandem with website customer data, you could create a coupon code for those new customers who purchased from you between March and August, or other customer segments. If you have customers who've been with you a very long time and you'd like to reward their loyalty, or you have a membership program that you've created, you could send out a separate coupon code to them, or maybe you segment your readers, your customers by the genres they read. That's also an option. However, one thing to consider is creating a unique coupon code to be used specifically with your gift guides, depending on the role your gift guide plays for your store. That would actually give you a chance to see how many customers saw your code through your gift guide, how many used it, and other related information that would all be available in the coupon usage report. Overall, you may just want to consider ways to bring customers into the site this season. Creating unique coupon codes to different segments gives customers an incentive to return and allows your store to reward customers in different ways. This is just a quick overview of the coupon functionality between Indie Commerce and Indie Lite. And as you can see, while Indie Lite does have some coupon functionality, there isn't access to the general settings, and Indie Commerce sites are the ones who can make coupons apply automatically. We're now going to cover some other Indie Commerce and Indie Lite features for holiday season preparations, such as curbside pickup and delivery, updating your shipping rates, as well as gift wrap, gift cards, and your gift card payment method, online gift codes, and subscriptions. So this season, if you don't already, you may want to consider offering a curbside pickup option or even a local delivery option for customers this coming season. There's continued interest in contactless pickup options, and these are 2 quick methods that can be set up on your site. For indie commerce sites, you can set up your curbside using the pickup options pane in checkout settings at store, configuration, checkout. And again, the full steps are included in the resources section of the presentation. With this method, customers don't need to enter a delivery address, and they'll go right to their payment method. For stores that have multiple outlets, customers will still have to select the store they want curbside from, same as they would for in-store pickup. One thing I do need to note is that you will need to enable the in-store pickup option in your shipping quotes. The in-store pickup shipping method and the pickup options pane in your checkout settings are tied together. So unless you have that shipping method enabled, you won't even see the pickup options pane at checkout, in your checkout settings, excuse me. And Indie Light stores do not have the same ability to customize checkout, but the language that displays for the in-store pickup shipping option can be changed. For stores that want to also offer a local delivery option, you can set up a shipping quote at store, configuration, shipping quotes, and add conditions to limit this shipping method to a set of zip codes. And when considering this, one thing to keep in mind, however, is that every unique zip code will actually need to be its own condition. And the more conditions on your shipping quotes, the longer it takes for checkout to load. We recommend no more than 7 zip codes in order to keep the checkout speed consistent. And again, Indie Light stores do not have access to conditions. You can set up a shipping quote, but you will not be able to limit it the same way an Indie Commerce store would. So if you'd like to set up your delivery shipping option for your Indie Light site, you can write to us at staff@bookweb and we'll help set it up for you. And speaking of shipping options, you may want to adjust your shipping rates this holiday season. USPS did a temporary rate increase as of yesterday, October 18th, for commercial shipping. So if this affects your store, you may want to consider whether you need to change your rates. And while we cannot advise on specific rates, we do just encourage stores to examine the costs of shipping and determine if a change is needed. You can edit your shipping rates at store, configuration, shipping quotes. Click edit to the right of whichever one you need to update and adjust your rate accordingly. And remember, your base rate is the starting price for your shipping costs, and your default product shipping rate is the price per item on the order. And I'm actually going to demonstrate how to set up your curbside pickup and your delivery option for your site. So we're going to hop back over. So to set up curbside, you'll want to go to Store, Configuration, Checkout. And in this particular case, I have the pickup options pane available. Remember, you'll also want to check your shipping options at Store, Configuration, Shipping Quotes, and make sure you have in-store pickup enabled as well. So you can configure your pickup options pane to be reflective of curbside. So all the language here would allow a customer to know that curbside is an option that they can choose at checkout. So let's go back and go through checkout and see what that looks like. So instead of the usual in-store pickup option, the pane itself now says curbside pickup options. Customers can pick this, go to next, and they jump right to their payment method. However, let's say instead you want to set up a delivery option for customers to choose. We'll go to Store, Configuration, Shipping Quotes. And I already have a local delivery method created here. If you need to create a new one, you'll go to Add Flat Rate Quote up here. And to give you an idea of what the conditions look like, if you want to limit this to a specific set of zip codes, you would first need to set up an OR statement, and underneath you'll need to have the zip codes that you want this particular shipping method to apply to. So in this case, I only have 2, and overall, this condition is meant to go check for this zip code or check for this zip code. So let's say we wanted to then choose the available delivery shipping option. We'll go back to checkout, go through. Now my delivery address has one of the zip codes that's applicable to this particular shipping method. So we'll go to next. And in my shipping options, I can choose local delivery. However, let's say that's not actually my zip code and it's 10606, for example. That delivery method will now disappear because the zip code in the delivery address is not included in the conditions set on the site. So now we're going to look at some of the other features available for Indie Commerce and Indie Light that might additionally help you in your holiday preparations, or just are topics to consider as you're getting ready. So for Indie Commerce sites, there is a way to set up gift wrap at checkout. This is usually done through custom checkout pane number 2, which allows for multiple selections at checkout. However, it's often used for free gift wrapping options. Because this pane is so highly customizable, it does not have the functionality to charge customers. If you're looking to offer gift wrapping and charge customers for it, you'll need to create a custom product with its own product class, add attributes and options to it for your different choices, and then link that product in a block that you can then limit to only appear on your cart and checkout pages. And while this means customers would have to leave checkout to add the gift wrap to their cart, this does provide more control over the options ordered, as you're able to add however many attributes and options to the product you would like. And you could also include images of the different wrapping paper you may be offering, or if you do a particular style of gift wrapping, you can also upload images as examples. Gift cards are one of the most versatile options available to offer for customers, especially around the holiday season. We have a feature on Indie Commerce and Indie Light that creates a gift card product for you, which you can then customize and sell on your site. For Indie Commerce sites, you want to not only make sure you have your gift card product available for purchase, but that you have a gift card payment method enabled for customers to use. So on Indie Commerce, we do recommend the use of our custom checkout pane number 1, which allows customers to enter their gift card number, but then also supply an additional payment method should the gift card not cover the order total. And it's important to note that Indie Light stores can sell gift cards, but cannot take gift cards at checkout. So for Indie Light stores with customers who want to use a gift card for their order, they will have to place the gift card number in the order comments, and then the gift card will need to be redeemed and managed at the store. And for indie commerce stores who utilize GiveX, we do have GiveX integration for indie commerce. So if that is something you're interested in, you can, again, write to us at staff@bookweb, or if you need any of the features on this page available, you can also send a request to us. The online-only gift code, much like gift cards, is another versatile option to offer customers. These codes are digital gift codes that can be purchased and emailed to someone to use on the site. So the way it works is a gift code is purchased for a specified amount, and the customer can also input a message to the recipient along with the email address they'd like to send that code to. So when the order is marked payment received by the store, a code is automatically generated and emailed to the recipient. Online gift codes can be used on the site for anything except ebooks and audiobooks. At checkout, the customer will use the online-only gift code payment method to redeem the code. So they'll enter the code, check the balance, and if the order total is greater than the code's balance, they'll be prompted for credit card information for the remaining total. These codes can also be generated in bulk, and their balances can be managed directly on your indie commerce site. Now, for indie commerce stores on their own credit card processor, if you have subscription services available, you are able to do recurring billing through your site for those subscriptions. And again, this is only for indie commerce stores who have moved to their own credit card processor. So if you're still on ABA's credit card processor or you're an Indie Light store, unfortunately, this capability does not exist for you. However, if you're on your own processor and the order for the subscription is in payment received status, you can go into the credit card terminal through the reauthorize CC button in that order and charge the customer again. And since the store is on its own credit card processor, the store is paid when the batch settles, even if it's an old order. Another option to consider is that Authorize.net has a recurring billing option as well. So if you're interested in that route, we do recommend reaching out to Authorize.net for more information. Those are some of the major tools and features that Indie Commerce and Indie Light stores have available on the platform specifically that can be used for holiday season preparation and throughout the coming months for your marketing efforts. We're going to shift to some other e-commerce best practices and some of the important things to keep in mind for your web presence. While some of these may already be in place, it never hurts to double check, as these in particular are critical to utilizing your site to its fullest potential. Site speed is one of the most critical things to consider for the holiday season this year. Businesses not only need to be where their customers are and be online, but they need to get there quickly and efficiently, and therefore your site needs to load quickly. Otherwise, visitors may bounce or leave your site if they realize that they can't go through the site quick enough. Some speed tests are available at gtmetrics.com, and Google also offers a site speed test as well. It's important to always test your front page specifically when you're making changes to that page. So you want to check and see how fast it loads compared to before you made the change. And we specifically mention your front page because this is the first impression that customers have of your site. So if your front page is slow, they're going to assume that the rest of your site is just as slow, and they may bounce and go elsewhere. For indie commerce sites that utilize J carousels, you may run into site speed issues. This design feature actually loads every single title onto the page, even if they're not initially displaying in the carousel, which can take precious time. This will, of course, depend on how many books are in the book lists that feed the carousel and how many of those carousels are on a single page. But if your carousel contains a list of, say, 50 titles, that's going to take a lot more time to load than a carousel that only has a book list of 20 books, because it's actually loading all of that content at once instead of loading it as the customer looks at it. So we recommend no more than 20 books in a carousel to help cut down on loading time and to keep loading speeds quick and consistent across your site. Next, another tool to consider is Google Analytics. This is a free analytics service that's used to track multiple metrics across your site. You can see real-time customer behavior, audience customer demographics, again, your site speed, and the flow of traffic through the site. We encourage members to set up Google Analytics on their indie commerce or indie light sites if they haven't done so already, in order to track traffic, behavior, and other information. And if you need additional help setting up Google Analytics, our related help document is linked in the resources section of this presentation. And we actually have, I believe, 3 different webinars that cover Google Analytics in more detail. They're also linked in the resources section. Google My Business is another important tool to consider that affects your website. So Google My Business allows your bookstore to show in search results when people are searching for your business, either on Google or Google Maps. It's an informative panel that usually shows up on the right-hand side of your screen when you're searching for local businesses or one specific business in general. Over the past few months, there's been an increase in available near me searches as customers are considering shopping closer to home. So it's important that you're reaching local customers who may not already know about you. If you haven't already, you may need to claim your Google My Business page, but doing so allows you to control the information that shows here. So that would include your store hours, your store website, your phone number, and the address of your business. We also have a webinar that covers this in a lot more detail that's linked in the resources. Social media is something that is crucial to any business right now because it allows you to reach your customers directly and engage with them in new ways. So Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter are the big ones to consider. Make sure that your social accounts have clear links or have linked icons on your site so that customers are easily able to find your profiles. Where applicable, when it comes to social media content, make sure you're sharing website links to drive traffic to your site. And again, we have additional help documentation in the resources section of the presentation. Lastly, you'll want to think about the calls to action that are on your website. A call to action is a button, banner, graphic, or text on your site that's meant to prompt the user to click and continue through the site on a very specific path. These are usually action-oriented, so buy, register, sign up, click here. And they're always visually apparent, and they stand out from the rest of the site, usually in easy to find spots. And they're brief. They're only a few words to grab attention and lead through to the next step. So overall, you want to make sure that your calls to action are clear, direct, and make website navigation and feature functions easier. This also applies to your checkout process. You want to make sure that your cart and checkout links are located in an easy to spot place on your site. So just some final closing thoughts as you're continuing to work on your marketing and on your site to get ready for this coming season. Consider partnering with other local businesses or organizations if you have the bandwidth to do so. Is there capacity to provide space digitally using your site? Also consider integrating your marketing efforts. If you have similar content and messaging throughout the channels you use to communicate with your customers, which includes your website, social media, email, any way that you reach customers, that can help you create an authentic but consistent message in an engaging manner. And that's not to say that you post the same caption under a picture on your different social media accounts. That's just to say that the overall core message is similar and consistent. If you're thinking about holiday content, what are you promoting and why are you promoting it? Sales and order volume are important, nay, crucial, but so are the relationships that you have with your customers. You'll want to continue to build that credibility and trust through your offerings. When thinking about your gift guide, a year in review approach might work better depending on the needs of your specific store. And lastly, you could create a holiday content calendar to keep track of your ideas, themes, and efforts throughout the season. And this will actually provide a tool for you to review a few months down the road when we're all out of the woods of the holiday season. So now we can move into our questions and answer section.
Yeah, thanks, Courtney. That's a lot of information. I just pulled out a few questions. So first, let's go over the questions about the wish list.
Yes.
So the first question is about whether the wish list can be searched. Like, can you search on the website for someone's wish list, or do they need to send a link? For instance, can I tell someone my daughter has a wish list on our website and all they need to do is search for her name?
I believe you can actually search for a wish list. There is I believe it's actually a block, but you can also set up a menu link and you can search for a wish list either by keywords or by the email address that it's attached to.
Yep. So this is this question was from Nicole. Yeah, Nicole, you should be able to find a block on your site that you can place on the homepage, or you can just, as Courtney mentioned, you see the link, the URL to this page is /wishlist/search. So you can place that anywhere. And if you search by the username, it'll show you the customers. It'll show them all the wish lists that match. And also, this leads up to the next question. One of the important things for a wish list to be searchable is the wish list should be a public wish list. If the customer chose to make it a private, no one can search for it. So the next question, Courtney, is they want to see what the wish list settings page. What are the other settings that can be done on a wish list settings page?
Oh, sure. Let me hop over to my account, wish list. And there's a lot of settings available. So obviously you have your title and the name of the user who created the wish list. You can set an expiration date if you wanted to, if the wish list is used more like a gift registry as opposed to a wish list. And then you can hide this expiration date from people who are viewing your wish list. You can mark the list as private, which means someone, as Geeta mentioned, will not be able to search for the wish list if this setting is enabled. You can also make the wish list non-shippable, which means that if someone ordered from the wish list, they would not be able to have those products shipped and they would be held at the store. This is really best used for donation drives, book fairs, and other similar situations. The user can put notes. Again, you can add the mailing address once that feature is available. And then the user can also email their wish list. So if they wanted to send it directly to friends and family or other people, they can do so here. You also have the option to bulk upload ISBNs.
Thanks, Courtney. So Nicole, if your daughter has named her wish list with her name on it and made it public, I mean, not private, then anyone should be able to search for it on your website. So the next question is, how can I explain the wish list feature to my customers?
So the best, where is it? We actually set up a sample page that is included in the slideshow, but this page in particular goes through the different steps and what a wish list would allow your customer to do. So this just walks through mentioning that you need to have an account with the store, where they can do so.
Yeah, from a customer's point of view, they may not understand what each of those settings are. So if it makes it easier, yeah, as Courtney has created this page, you can create a page that talks about the wish list feature on your website and make it available on the as a link on the home page or something. Courtney, can you go to Northshire's website? Yeah. I believe they have a link on their home page.
So
yeah, so this is
hold on.
No, I think you are already on that page. I guess you had bookmarked it.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the link up right below the search form, the wish list actually links to this page. So this is one way, like you can write whatever you want to explain the wish list feature to your customers, but this is highly recommended. It will help your customers. So the next question is, how often do wish lists update when items are purchased from the wish list?
I believe anytime an order is placed with items from the wish list, Geetha?
Yes. As soon as somebody places an item from the wish list, yes, it gets marked as purchased. And Courtney, can you jump back to the admin view of the wish list on your side? Yeah. So you see these columns here. So when a customer creates it, they put in the quantity they need. That would appear under the wanted. And as customers purchase, as others, their friends and family start purchasing from the wish list, it gets updated. The online purchase quantity gets updated. As soon as they purchase it, it gets updated here. And sometimes if they walk into the store and then make a purchase, you can manually, as an admin, you can manually go in and then change. As soon as they purchase, it'll update it. But if you, while processing the order, if you were to cancel the order, it'll again update the list here. It'll put the number back. Okay. What happens if someone makes a purchase in the bookstore from a wish list, had that issue for school library needs? This is from Pat. Yes, Pat, if someone comes into the store and then they purchase from a wish list, you do have access to this page, so you can go in there and then manually, let's say, Courtney, let's say someone purchased at the store. Can you update that in-store purchase number for this one? Yep. Yeah. And then you update the wish list. Now, if you go back, it says it's fulfilled. So that's, if someone comes into the store, you can, yeah, store admins have access to do it manually. And this should be available for both Indie Commerce and Indie Light sites. Okay, next, regarding gift gift wrapping. Is there a site that we have that has the product, gift wrapping product created?
I believe I created that on another sample site. I believe. But it might not. Don't think
Yeah,
I'm
if you, yeah, as Courtney mentioned, if you want to have the customers pay for gift wrapping, you have to create it as a custom product and then provide a link on the checkout pages so customers can click on that and then add it to the cart, and that way they will be charged for that additional product. And one more thing I wanted to mention regarding gift cards. So Courtney mentioned a few options. So you can have a store gift card, you can have the online gift code, you can also have GiveX. If you are working with GiveX, we did upgrade the GiveX integration to include e-gift cards also. So in addition to physical GiveX cards, you can also have e-gift cards. If you're interested, please get in touch with your GiveX representative and tell them that you have an indie commerce site, and they will know exactly what to do. And if you have trouble with that, just let us know. So that way you can use the same integration for both physical and e-gift cards. Okay, let's see, what else do we have? Okay. How can we access the slides from this webinar? Lynn, tomorrow you will get a follow-up email about the webinar, and we will include the recording in that webinar. But if you are looking for the actual slides, we will attach it to the webinar recording in the Indie Commerce Webinar Center. I'm not sure if GoToWebinar will let me attach the slides. If not, we will attach it in the Help Center. Okay, let's see. Do we have anything else? One more. What is the difference between the ABA gift card and the online-only gift code?
The online-only gift code is specifically for your website, and it only exists on your site, and it can only be used on your site. If a customer did want to use it in the store, you would be able to adjust the balance on the site. However, most of its functionality is strictly a payment method for your indie commerce site.
Clara, I think the confusion may be because we call it the ABA gift card. The ABA gift card just creates a gift card product on your site. That's it. It's like a custom product, and we made it easier. So instead of creating a product, when you create a custom product, the steps are you have to create a product class, and then you have to add the attributes and options, and then you have to create the product. But we just wanted to make it easier. So we created a feature called ABA gift cards. You can ignore the word ABA in it. It has nothing to do with ABA. It's just, this feature just creates those products for you, a gift card product on your site that customers can purchase. And that comes in handy if it is like a physical card. So customers can purchase it and you can mail a physical card to the customers. And the online gift code, as Courtney mentioned, it generates the gift code on your website and it emails it to the customer. There is nothing that happens outside of your website. Everything is on the website itself. Courtney, does this site have the online gift code enabled, the sample site?
It does.
Okay, let's go to the online gift code page.
The content page?
Yeah, the online gift configuration, online gift code.
Oh, okay.
Yep, so with the online gift code, you have more options. One, there is no physical gift card involved. And when you have this feature, when a customer is purchasing it, it looks very similar to a physical gift card, except that they have to provide an email address. And once the email address is provided, when you process the order, an email gets sent to the recipient. On this page where Courtney is, you can customize the email that is sent to the recipient. So you can add custom messages here. And the other advantage here is, let's say you're working with an organization and you want to give them like 10 online gift codes for $10 each. So you can generate that in bulk. So you have to provide, you have to provide the number of codes you need, the amount, create, and it will generate a downloadable spreadsheet of those 10 gift codes. And you can just send them individually to that organization. Or if it is like for, let's say, your new customers, like Courtney talked about the new customer report, you can generate a list of those new customers. You have their email addresses. Now you can generate an online gift code for $5 each and then send it out to all those email addresses. So that's one way to do this. And you can download all these numbers. You have it in an Excel format if you use Windows, or you also have it in the numbers format if you have a Mac. So this online gift code, if you don't have any gift card program, online gift code is an easier thing for you to use. It's all done on your website. You can handle it, and also customers can go in and check, they can check the balance on any code that they have. And also as an admin, I think the next tab, Courtney, is about whether the gift code was purchased by someone or whether you created them manually. So it's also easier for you to keep track of all the gift codes. Okay. And Pat asks, so the number could be emailed to the customer, so we would not have to mail a note card. Pat, no, if it's an online gift code, the email goes directly to the customer as soon as you process the order. The idea is anything that is online is supposed to happen right away. So that's the advantage. This comes in very handy when it is close to the holidays. Let's say it's a week before the holidays, and there could be delays and postal delays, and it would take time for them to get the gift card on time, whereas an email happens immediately. So that's the biggest advantage of using the online gift code. Next question. We do find that customers are confused about the online gift code and the in-store gift card. I added text to the checkout steps to try to clear up where the customer would enter each. This is from Lynn. Lynn, that is an excellent idea. Yep, that is an excellent idea. It's important for you to mention to your customers what is a physical gift card, what is an online gift code, and also we have also heard that some customers get confused between an online gift code and a discount code. So also if you have discount coupons, also please make sure that that is clearly explained. Next question. Okay. Okay, I think we got it. I think we went through all the questions. Again, it's almost time. Courtney, did you have anything else to add, or we can finish it up?
I don't believe so. If anyone has any additional follow-up questions, you can always email staff at BookWeb, and we'd love to go through your question in more detail.
Yep. Thanks, Courtney, and thanks everyone.